Hi, this is Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. We are doing a reading. It's a love and relationship reading, and it's entitled How and Why You Are Important to Them, to him, to her, to whomever. But I think it's going to have like a romantic sense to it. Let's go on that. So, this is a love reading, and it is entitled How and Why You Are Important to Them. We have 4 piles here. These are 4 oracle cards, and these are going to be your piles. So whichever card jumps out at you, picture, colors, words, whatever, that's your pile. So for pile 1, we have, it says completion, west. Pile 2 is endurance, rock. Pile 3 is richness, marine life. And pile 4 is solitariness, desert. So I'm going to try to zoom in on these, and you can just take a look at these and see if one jumps out at you more than the other. Oh yeah, there we go. That plant's in the way. Okay, yeah, pick your pile, and this is your reading. It's going to be a good one. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you for being here and letting me read for you. This is Light and Bone Tarot, and we are doing a reading on how and why you are important to them. You picked this card number 4. It's called West and Completion. So this is definitely your pile, and we'll see how this ties into it. But yeah, I'm excited for this reading. I love readings that are about love and relationships, and I like readings where I feel like there's kind of a positive overtone. I really do want to know why you're important to them. What makes you stand out? Why you? What is it about you? And like what is it that makes them kind of sort of like want you or need you, or like, I don't want to say cling to you, but like why do they feel you the way that they do? And so I've got some oracle cards. We're going to start with this. It's just a place to start. Okay, so I like when I see the card West, completion, and I see curiosity. I do think okay, this reading is going to be a little bit about how you make them feel. And then also why you're so great. Like, what is it about you? I think you make this person feel almost like challenged. Like, I think you kind of produce this spark in them. Like, they feel this desire to be almost like greater or more interesting. Like, I think you make them feel like they're almost like leveling up a little bit by being with you. I think you have that effect on them. I feel like there's this part of you that's, that they really look up to. And I don't want to say at all, I mean, I'm not going to say it like you're not better than them, but maybe you are, more knowledgeable in one department or aspect that they really respect. Maybe you have gone to school longer and studied harder than they did. Or maybe you have a role or career, like a path that they kind of respect. I feel like there's something about you that they really admire, and this is important because I do think your person has a lot of potential. I think they're quite driven, but I also think that they do well when they're in like this position where someone's actually driving them and you drive them. And I do think there'll be a point where I definitely don't want to say exceed what you're doing, but where you pushing them and you driving them is really going to kind of like pay off, if that makes sense. And I mean this in a good way. Like, they're really going to rise. They're going to just be great at whatever it is that they are doing. They'll be better, or something that they really want to do, they're going to step into that. But I just feel like they have a lot of potential to just rise to the occasion, be a better anything, like be a better partner, be a better at the job they're doing, be a better provider, be a better like parent, or whatever it is. You definitely bring out this, like, they want to do more because they almost like they want to impress you in a way, which is great and fine. But I just feel like they also see you as someone who needs and requires someone that's just of a I don't know, a higher level. I don't know. So they're always striving for this, and they love this. This is awesome. There is this absolute sense of like, they're never going to get there. They're always striving with you. And it is a curiosity, and it is this kind of like, this drive. However, you also there's something in you that I think there's this almost like this stillness or this calm in you that is very important to them. I feel like even though you might be someone who they would like want to almost emulate in a way, in some ways, like professionally, or like how you live your life, or kind of like the choices you make, like your trajectory, I still feel like they feel like there's this sense of like inner calm or inner stillness in you. And the words here are overrate your intuition, but what I get by this is like you do have I mean, maybe you're psychic, but that's not really the point here. Like you have an intuition, you have a gut, you have something that like kind of guides you and not only drives you, but like helps steer you. And I think this is really something they've always noticed and respected, and something that they kind of like trust in you. Like they trust your instincts, your internal guide. Like they're fine letting you lead them. And this is something that it's big to them. Like this is a big thing for them. And I don't think they've found it in anyone else. The closest they may feel this way about is like, I don't know, a parent or a sibling. But in a way, of course it's different with you because you guys are in a romantic relationship, but, it's this sense of like, they just really, really respect your input. And I also feel like there's this moral compass piece that you have that they also find very, very important. It's something that they really look up to within you, and they really respect it. So I want to see, because you guys, there's a lot. Okay, you guys have these complexities, like these layers. They don't feel complicated, they feel complex. And that meaning like I don't see you guys as being problematic. I don't see you guys as being anywhere even close to toxic. You seem to have something like very, very balanced, and you seem to have a lot of like mutual respect for the other and a lot of like self-respect for yourselves. You just seem like a very well-rounded, like balanced couple. And I feel like you guys lead like very respectful and full lives. I feel like you live your lives without judgment of others. I feel like you are open-minded individually and as a couple. And it seems like as a couple, you guys really, you do good. Like you are a couple that's easy to be around. People like your company. There's a goodness to you guys. You guys feel like very wholesome, good people. And wholesome, I don't want that to sound like boring or like square or like put you guys in a box. But you do. You feel really good as a couple. And the thing that is important to this person about you, it really stands. It like really stands. Speaks to your character and who you are. Okay, I want to see you guys as a couple, like your dynamic. What's that like? We have 5 of Swords. We have 7 of Cups. And we have 4 of Wands. So it's, I don't know, like a lot of the times I'll turn cards over and I'll be like, oh, this is heavier than I expected, or there's like a little bit more here. And it's not necessarily the combination of cards I would have expected. The 4 of Wands, yes, this is like, it says happy occasions, it's ceremony, it's celebration. It's like that sense of if you're in a gathering of people, you love the people around you, everyone's here because they love and care about everyone around them. And there's just this sense of like love. There's also this kind of like romantic piece to it. So the 4 of Wands to me makes me think of like always like a wedding party or oh my gosh, anniversary, like something where people are coming together out of this kind of like act of love, and there's always this romantic piece to it, and it's like, that's you. You guys are the 4 of Wands. Love that. Also though, we have 5 of Swords, which is basically conflict, but not in an ugly way, not in a fighting way, not in an underhanded way. To me, the conflict in the 5 of Swords is a little, it's like a little bit of a give and a take. It's kind of, it's a little bit of a dance. Or at least in this context with you guys, it feels like you're trying things out, you're testing the waters, but in a way that is almost like essential to you guys growing. So maybe if you're here watching this and everything I said tracks, like you guys have this really respectful, like loving dynamic and union, and it's like, well, why are you here? Well, maybe you guys are kind of like expanding a little bit. Like you're up against some things that might be a little more challenging, or they're pushing you guys a little bit, and you're feeling a little bit of that edge, which I think is healthy and good, but maybe not something you guys are used to. So I like the conflict. I think this is like you guys pushing your boundaries and growing and just literally expanding. And there's a little bit of like a growing pain that kind of goes with it. That's what I get for you guys here in Five of Swords. So I like this. There's a little bit of excitement here, and it's something different. Seven of Cups, it is choices. It can be temptation, but it can also be like this kind of, you'll like wanting, almost like this dream state, or like kind of like fantasizing or daydreaming, like all these amazing options, all these amazing possibilities. And sure, choice is part of that. Like if you are given 5 different directions and they're all amazing, you have to pick one. But I do feel like that also sums up where you guys are at right now. Like I just feel like there's a lot happening with you guys. And again, it's not complicated, it's just complex, and that's good. And there's a richness to it. It feels, it definitely feels like you guys are a couple that either has been together a while or has, without a doubt, like the capacity to be together for a long time. It just feels like if you want this to go to the distance, you've got this. And I do even see this card, completion, West, like there is this sense of like you guys can go anywhere. You can explore, because when you think of going west, it's like that exploration. It's like new boundaries. It's an unknown. It's the Wild West, this like untapped potential. Like you guys definitely have the ability to do that. But maybe when you do that, you're not used to that kind of like the friction, all the differences, all the stuff that comes about. So maybe you're in this kind of conflict state right now. But I would say enjoy it, lean into it, have fun with it, because really I think it's an important part of your guys' path and your growth. And but your person, it's not just that they have you on a pedestal. It's actually, there's something else. There's a different, deeper connection here. Whatever I want to say, I want to be like, oh, they're not just attracted to you. They actually think you're like beautiful on the inside. They aren't just, they don't just think you're a good person. They think that you actually like live your life, like you walk it how you talk it kind of thing. Like I really think they take a lot from you. They want to take a page from your book always. They really, really respect the choices you make, the path you've set for yourself, where you're headed, how you treat other people, how you treat yourself, how you treat the dynamic. Yeah, you appear to be like a very, very strong stand-up person, and this is why you're important to them. And I want to ask Spirit, why are you important to them? And I'm going to lay out 3 cards, and let's get a little bit of like a story here about really why are you important to them? Why is this so important? So we have 4 of Cups, which the word on here is awareness. I've given it another word myself, more like apathy, but it's okay. Awareness is fine if that's what this deck wants to say. We have the Star, which is wishes, hopes, dreams, aspirations. And then we have the Emperor. And the Emperor is maturity. It is a mature thing. So we ask the question, why are you important to them? I think your person is very self-aware. I think they're very self-aware to the point they know what they're capable of. They know where their limitations are. They know what they can excel at. They know what they need help with. And I do feel like maybe whether you realize it or not, you're with someone who's picked you just as much as you've picked them. They are, I don't want to say like keeping you around, but they're keeping you there because they want you there. This is their conscious choice. Like they are, there's kind of this mastermind piece behind it. But this should be appealing. It should be sexy because it is. They're very much actively choosing you all the time. And I think they're also like kind of curating this path, this life they want, this everything, like image, life, brand, success, but they want the right things for the right reasons, and they see you as someone that's going to kind of get them on that path and help them achieve this. I think your person is very self-aware. They know what it takes to make them happy. They know what they're going after. In the North Star, it's kind of that direction. It's that wish. It's that like, this is what I'm going after. This is kind of like my purpose. This is my moral compass. Like there's a lot of ways of looking at it, but you're a piece of this and you enhance this in them. And yeah, the Emperor, you bring out that mature, stable side of them with you. You guys are just this very powerful duo. And I really don't think, this is pile 1. I don't think my other readings are going to be like this. There's just this very strong vibe here. It takes 2 people, special, unique people, such as yourself and your partner, to create this kind of an energy that I'm feeling here. Because this energy lacks chaos. It lacks, in a good way. So it's lacking the things, I'm glad to say it's lacking these things. I'm glad to say it's lacking chaos, disorganization, toxicity, like disrespect. These things aren't present in your guys' dynamic. And I think you are a big piece of that. Your person is too. So I could say you're lucky you found each other, but this is so important to them that they found this in you. And so there is something very special and unique and balanced and lovely and just caring about you. And maybe you knew this about yourself. Maybe you always felt that you were like a really good, solid, salt of the earth person. But I just think your partner absolutely sees this in you. And and I sometimes say when I describe something and it kind of lacks this like sex appeal, like I don't know that that's like a really sexy delivery of like you and what you bring to the table. Like if you wanted this to be, I don't think you wanted this to be about that though. I really think you're pleased with this message. I think it sits really well with you and makes you happy. But I also want you to know that this is dead sexy. Like this is something that makes everything feel more connected and more exciting and more real. It gives it this extra level that isn't always there in other relationships and other dynamics. So there's something just very like, you guys are a force. You really are. You guys are kind of like this powerhouse. You're doing the right things for the right reasons. And I just think as a couple, you guys are really, there's a lot of respect there. So I'm going to wrap up this reading. I think I was going to get a gift from Spirit, but where is the card that I would do that with? Well, I can't find the card I was going to do that with. That's unfortunate. Give me a second. Oh, here it is. Okay. So gift from Spirit, I'm just going to take this top card here. These are all over the place, so I just say take it with a grain of salt, but reflect on your truth. And sure, I guess we all need to reflect on our truth. To me, this is reflect really because you can go where you want to go. You seem like someone who commands. You're in command of yourself, and so what is your truth? Where do you want to go? Where do you want, I don't know, what do you want from this? But this message, I see this more as a gift. Like if you reflect on your truth, you're going to get this, you're going to go there. So whatever it is that you want, like think on it, meditate on it, focus on it. Your truth, this is your purpose and it's your direction and it's where you're going. So if your truth is that you love this person to pieces and you're mad about them and you want XYZ from them, then if that's your passion and that's what you want, I think you'd absolutely go there. If your truth is that you want a relationship and you want to go to med school, I honestly think that's in the cards for you too. Like whatever your truth is, maybe it's something you haven't totally brought to the surface recently, or I don't know, just reflect on it, because I think this is a gift saying like you've earned this is yours if you want it. If there's a little piece there of something more, you can absolutely have it. So I hope that makes you feel good. I hope this whole reading makes you feel good. I think it's a very like sweet, positive reading. It's more than sweet and positive. It's actually pretty like intense and heavy and like beautiful. There's a depth here. So hope you feel it. Hope you like it. Like, subscribe, comment. I would love to hear from you, and I hope to read for you again. Thank you. Goodbye. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. This is Light and Bone Tarot, and yeah, thank you for letting me read for you. This is a reading about love, relationships, and it's a little bit about your partner, and it's a little bit about you, but it's entitled How and Why You Are Important to Them, and I just always wind up saying to him throughout the reading, but it's whomever you want that to be, but him rolls off my tongue quite easily. So how and why you are important to them. Okay, you picked rock and endurance. I feel like this is going to tie in. I feel like there's a message here. We'll see. But either way, this is your pile, unless it's not, unless we get a couple minutes in and you're like, this is definitely not my pile. That's an option too. But I really do believe this is your pile. So I want to see your dynamic a little bit in 3 cards, get a feeling for it, and just really try to feel like how and why you're so important to this person. Okay. Anticipation, creator of alchemy. Okay. And taking risks. So even before I turned over the taking risk card, I didn't know what this card was. And I thought, you literally light up this person's life. You make them feel alive. You make them feel excited. You give their life some kind of spark, some kind of richness, some kind of depth. So and I said a minute ago, this is going to be a little bit about like how you make them feel, which is part of why you're so important to them. And then we're going to get into like you and who you are and why it's so special and lovely and how they see you. But just like out the gates looking at this, it's such a clear message of like, you have this person. It's a little bit of like, okay, it's a little bit of that like chomping at the bit, that like sexual tension, that you have them just wanting you. You have them kind of eating out of your hand. You have them wanting to know like, what's the next move? Where are you? When are they going to see you next? Or if you guys live together, it's this like excitement of like, they really feel very strongly for you. I think they're very attracted to you. And I think they're very much like, oh my gosh, they can't get enough of you. But that's just one piece of it. That's absolutely there. And I want to stress that. But, it's also this, like, you make them feel kind of charged, kind of alive. You give them this sense of like, they can do anything. And this is partly because you are a powerhouse. There is something about you. And I love this because it's the creator of alchemy. And I see this as you. This is the creator. The alchemy creator card is like, you can, I mean, you know, that's you making gold from, I don't know, any substance. It's you, turning anything into gold, basically. It is manipulating energy, matter. But for the better, for what you want, for your own purposes, but with a very positive spin. In other words, you're kind of this musician. Maybe you saved this person in some way from some situation or some kind of like spiral, or just from maybe like heartbreak, or maybe like utter confusion, and you swooped in, and now you're like this person's kind of, I don't want to say you're their everything, because I actually, your dynamic feels very healthy, truly, and it feels quite balanced. So I really don't think there's this sense of like they're clinging to life through you. I really, really don't get that. But I do think there is something about you, and it is, the taking risks applies to them, but you're kind of this like ethereal creature in the sky. There is something extra about you. And by extra, I mean like, ethereal is a great word for it, kind of magical. You have a power. You have a power to almost like cast a spell on people. You know, maybe you're a little bit of a witch, like a good witch, but like there's something very witchy and powerful about you. Maybe you have this kind of like healing vibe. I don't know, maybe you are like a shaman of sorts. But there's something extra about you. And I guess depending on who's watching this, it would have to be relative to that situation. You might be like really gifted in something, whether it's like music or arts or math or whatever, I don't know. But there is something about you that almost like through osmosis, when people are around you, they feel like just a little bit of that power, that capability, that confidence. It's intoxicating. And I do think I think that's the word for it. Your person's intoxicated with you. So yes, they're smitten with you. Yes, they can't get enough of you, but you are intoxicating. So this is an emotion that you make them feel, that's great. But really, like, why are you so important to them? There is a respect and an admiration they have for you. They look up to you. They never met anyone like you. They really haven't. They just have never encountered this before. They've never felt this before. There's something like you have a capability that is just unlike anything they've felt. And really it's powerful. Even in this reading, it's something I feel. And I want to say that your person, you know, there's a chance that they never saw themselves committing, or they didn't see themselves committing this quickly, or they struggle with commitment. And you've definitely changed that for them. And it's because of who you are, like at your core, how you present, just who you are, your energy, your vibe, your whole purpose is just something now that they're like, this is my person. And you guys have this vibe where, I don't want to say this in a bad way, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like almost too much for your person at one point, and you guys parted ways, but you would do it on the healthiest note possible. And I only say that because maybe you are someone that like can't really be tied down. Like maybe a long-term commitment is a little frightening for you. And then I would say you almost don't have to worry about it. When this relationship, if it's run its course, when your divine timing to end this relationship is, it's not going to be this earth-shattering thing at all for either one of you, because they're going to be so happy they had you, and you're going to be free to do whatever it is you do. There's this part of you that soars. However, if this person can make you as happy as I think they can, then I do see that you guys could be together for a long time. And this does feel, I think it feels exciting to both of you, but there is that feeling that I get here. So yeah, we have the creator of alchemy. This is you, you're soaring, and you make your person just kind of like, just this anticipation of what you're going to do next. What are you thinking? What's going to happen? There is this lightweight obsession that they might have with you, but again, it's not creepy. It's not anything. It's flattering, but it's something else. It's not even, it is flattering, but there's a word that gives it even more like depth, and I'll think of that word. But I like you guys. There's absolute potential here. I do feel like you guys have this, and I'm going to say it before I turn over tarot, this stamp of divine timing. There is a time when this relationship's going to expire, and I'm going to say it might be in a whole other lifetime. It might be lifetimes away. I don't know when it is, but I do feel like it's almost like you guys, I don't want to say twin flame or soulmate. Okay, I don't want to pin it on one of those, but it does feel like there's this other life element here. And honestly, I almost never say that. This isn't something I say in all my readings. It's just a feeling like you guys have come together like you're supposed to be together. And when you're not supposed to be together anymore, you won't. But again, that could be in another lifetime. Maybe, who knows? There's a sense of like, wow, you guys really, there's a reason you found each other. There's a reason you're doing this. There's a reason you are this person's, like, why you light them up quite as intensely as you do. Okay. Woo. Let's just keep moving forward. I want to see you guys in 3 cards. Okay. We have the Star, wishes. We have Ace of Pentacles, luck. And we have 9 of Wands, determination. There is this sense of striving, of wanting, of trying to reach something. There's this, in these 3 cards, it's like there's this active, like you guys are actively climbing this ladder together. You're working, I can't explain it. And it's not like you're necessarily working towards buying a house or starting a family. I don't know where your guys' path is. I honestly can't see your guys' path, and maybe you can't either. Maybe you're like, I have no idea where this is headed, but it feels amazing, and I know we're all in, and I know my person thinks the best of me, or like the highest possible, like, they have you on, they hold you to such high, oh my gosh, they have you on a pedestal. And I don't even like saying that, because it makes it feel like you're this, pretty little pink bow on a pedestal, and it's more than that, but I can't find another word for it. But it does feel like together you guys are reaching these kind of like these new heights. Almost like there is this kind of soul plan for you guys. There's this destiny that you guys are going to fulfill. Like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if you guys like got married on a whim, like at Vegas, at some chapel, City Hall, like out of the blue, and told no one. Like, that wouldn't surprise me, because you guys aren't really following an agenda that's like spelled out, but you just go through these motions together, and it works. It's really working for you guys. There is a little bit of luck. There is this determination. There is this like, okay, we want it. We're both feeling it. We both have our eye on some prize here. And it is like this person, they're just so ignited by you. They will take the risk. They'll do it. And it's almost like they have this feeling like they can't go wrong with you. Like, you are their, good luck charm is one thing, but you're so much more than that. And they know that. There's really, truly, and the more I talk about it, and I'm going to have to like calm down, but there is this sense of destiny and this sense of finding each other, this kind of, you guys were supposed to be together for whatever reason. And again, I don't know how long it's going to last, but, and I don't know why I keep saying that. I really don't, because I don't also see you guys not lasting. I can't stress that enough. But there's just something so it's like every minute's like just another minute you guys are together. Like, there's no, I don't know. I can't see your guys' plan, but I see so much excitement and so much dynamicism between you guys, and so much like, I feel like you guys would push through anything. Like, you've got this. It's very exciting. It's very kind of like whimsical a little. There's almost this piece of it like that I can't really touch, but it's special. And this is you. This is why you're important. You are like, you're everything. You're checkmate. You're the magic, the spark, the flare. So yes, this is important. But it feels like this, it feels very important, actually. You feel very important to this person. A little bit like a lifeline, but without the intensity of a crash and burn if you weren't there. But while you are here, it's intense. It's intense. Okay, and I do have this sense of wanting to carry on, but I don't want to bore you with that same story, but it's just very intense. Okay, I'm going to do in 3 cards, why are you important to this person? Like, why? What's so great about you, without any like sarcasm in my tone? Like, really, what's so great about you? Okay, 6 of Pentacles, gifts, Queen of Cups, kindness. I do very much like that. And the Chariot, movement. Yeah, you're the driver. You are such, it's almost like you're kind of this angel in a way. You're helping them, whether they realize they needed the help or not, whether you realize they needed the help or not. You really are helping this person almost like get to this next level somehow, this level that is real and yet spiritual, and something I think it would have effects that would affect your actual world, but I also think like spiritually it carries some weight. There's something here. There's a purpose. There's a soul purpose here, and you guys are climbing this together. I do think you impart a very crucial aspect of kindness. This Queen of Cups, there's this emotional piece to you, this caring, this almost like motherly love. But we've established there is fierce passion here, like fierce passion. So, I just had to put the word motherly in because there's this genuine care that is very kind of unique and very, very special. But yeah, it's this movement, it's this drive, it's this sense of like, we have gifts, we have luck, we have this. I think you guys stumble into situations that just absolutely work out for you. I think you're the couple that, like, if you really wanted the winning lottery ticket, you would get it, and you would get it because you were supposed to get it. Like, it's just, I think it's almost like anything's possible when you guys are together. There's a lot you guys can do, and I really believe that you two together can do things for the better and for the good and the greater good. And there's this person sees that in you. They see the part of you that is really good and good to the core, and just, yeah. And I started off talking about like how you drive this person, how you make them want to do more and do better. And I've kind of fallen back from that. Like, I haven't gone back on that. I've just focused on other things because I'm getting all these other messages, but you really elevate this person. And it's not just you doing it. They're doing it. They're doing the work. They're putting it in there, but you guys work very well together. So this is just a piece of what I see for how and why you are so important to them. And I think you're very happy. I think there is a part of you, just a very small part of you, that might always long for this kind of like freedom, this part of you that always knows that if you were detached, you could be happy also. Yeah, there is that piece of you, and maybe every now and then you have a little bit of a battle with this, but if you can see yourself settling with this person and like really settling in, I think you guys could have something really, really beautiful. And I actually think the dynamic could shift where this person would start to kind of like lift you up and almost like care for you in the way that you're lifting and caring for them right now. Because I do feel like you're the lifter. You're the one that's like inspiring them, but you really, they bring something to the table for you too. I can't really get into it because it takes energy for me to think about like exactly what that is, but it is there, and it's something that is important to you. And yeah, there's just, you guys go together in a way that is unique, and I can't really see you with anyone else right now if it's not this person. Maybe down the line there's someone else for you, but I see you kind of like with this person or like not with anyone for a while. And I see that being fine with you. If that makes you sad, then that's not the right message for you, because that message should make you feel like, oh yeah, 100%. If I'm not with this person, I'm okay being single for the next however long that is. Like, I don't want to scare you and be like a few years, but like also that wouldn't scare you, because you have there's this piece of you that can always do you independently just fine. And I think you also know when you want to be with someone, when you find your person, if it could be this person, you can get them, you can have them. This is like a capability that you hold, and your person knows that. So they know that you're with them because you want to be, because you're there. And I think they truly feel like it's a gift. They really feel like it's a gift to be with you and to have you. Yeah, and you're there's something magical about you. I'm just going to stress that. They know it. You know it. I don't know that everyone knows it, which is interesting. I don't know that everyone knows it. I think the people that get to know you, but in some weird way, I almost feel like there's people who know you quite well, who are good friends, and they still don't quite get this piece, this part of you, whereas like your person does. They get this, they see this, and you really love that they see this in you. There's a bit of that as well, which is really kind of like powerful and great for you. So I'm going to stop this reading here. I feel like it's a pretty heavy message that might have been all over the place, but I stand by it. It's very strong and beautiful. I have a card right here. This is a gift from Spirit. So it's a message, it's words. It might be totally off the wall and just make absolutely no sense. So sorry if that's the case. But this is a gift from Spirit, and let's see what it is. Accept what is dying. And I mean, I don't know. I have to laugh because I don't know. I don't know what's dying in your life. But let's just replace dying for changing, evolving, transitioning. And this could be anything. This is maybe you're transitioning into someone who actually wants to be in this relationship. Maybe you should lean into that. Maybe you're transitioning into like, yeah, really, that's the first thing that came to mind. And I'm going to just leave it on that note, because you can substitute anything you want. But I do feel like there is a part of you that is so used to, I really, 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 really see you as this bird. I see you as this bird in ways I can't describe. And you can still be like free and impactful and be in like a potentially long-term committed relationship. So maybe you can accept that that part of you is transitioning. I mean, it doesn't mean you can't go back to it and call on that when you need to. It's always going to be there, but maybe you can let maybe that fear of commitment die for complete lack of a different word. Or maybe this means something else to you completely, but I can be here all day talking about possible scenarios for this. But I really like you. I like your dynamic. You are magic. I feel like if I were to like see you or give you a hug somewhere, I'd be like, woo, that person's got something. There's something to that person. So your person's lucky for having you. And I'll also say, I think you're really lucky to have your person. I think you kind of found your like meant to be counterpart for whatever that means. And yeah. Okay, great reading. Please like, subscribe, comment if this speaks to you, if you're into it. I'd love to read for you again. So come back to my channel. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Hello, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This is Light and Bone Tarot, and we are doing a relationship reading for how and why you are so important to this person, to him, to her, whomever. Why are you so important to them? So this reading is going to be a little bit about like what impact you have on them, like why you're so important to them, and then also what makes you so great, like why you are the way you are. What is it about you that even allows for this impact? So you picked richness, marine life, and yeah, we will see how this plays into your reading. I don't put a whole lot into that in the beginning, but sometimes it plays in unexpected ways. Okay, we have 3 oracle cards here. This is going to help tell your story. The last 2 readings were very different and very beautiful, and yeah, I'm excited for this because it's really about you, and I don't know, it should feel good. It should reveal some things about you that are just pretty unique. So, okay, let's see where we are. We've got soar, the edge of evolution feels messy, whatever the hell that means, and community. Okay. So I like how when I do readings and I get these like initial like hits of a feeling, and I'm just going to kind of roll with like some of the things that came to me, and then I'll really create a story here. But soar is like you do kind of lift this person. And even with, okay, so it feels like maybe you found this person when they were down and out, whatever. There could absolutely be a backstory here of like addiction or struggle, or this person was in some kind of like pain. And yeah, maybe they were coming out of like a horrible marriage. Maybe they were absolutely heartbroken. Maybe they had their heart shattered. They were betrayed. There's something that feels like you have really been almost a little bit like a guardian angel to this person. And even with the community, there's something that you have helped this person discover within themselves, see, like you've really, really lifted this person. You've kind of shone a light on them, and you've really allowed them to grow. I want to get into you, actually, I think a lot in this reading, because I don't want this just to be about how you've made your person feel good. And maybe your person wasn't struggling. There's still a story here, but it does feel like there is something, and maybe you're not even totally aware of this. Maybe you thought it, but you aren't for certain. But it feels like you've kind of transformed something within your person. Maybe you transformed, maybe they were really angry, and they see things like through a different lens now because of you. And I feel like you've actually pushed them quite a bit, like outside of their comfort zone. They've pushed boundaries with you, and they've grown. Like you've pushed them into this new kind of like evolution, which is such a word that we use in completely wrong context, but I'm going to use it over and over in the way that we all use it, like this change, this positive change, let's say. You've helped this person to grow and evolve, and I don't think anyone's been able to do that for this person in a very long time. So of course this could speak to like anything to do with addiction, or anything to do with like a low point in their life. Or it could just be, something that was like a little bit more latent, like just this anger, this bitterness, or this edge, or this, this biting sarcasm that kind of like turned into something that wasn't that, something a little more ugly. But you've changed this person. So this is huge. You've impacted this person's life. And I need to get more of a feeling on this, because right now it feels like, and we will get more, the dynamic feels like you've almost like, I don't know if therapize is a word, but like you've therapized this person. Like you've worked with them. You've seen them through something. And I want this to have more of like a, more about you. And I'm just going to throw this out there. It kind of feels like if you're here at this reading, watching this, maybe you don't even know what they see in you. Maybe it's I feel like the last two piles, the people kind of suspected it, and they just wanted to hear it, which is fine. I mean that in a good way. Like they wanted that confirmation, like, yeah, they really do see this in me. They really do know how special I am. But I feel like for you, you almost aren't sure if this person even feels a way for you, because you're like, well, I mean, yeah, I know I helped them grow, but like, anyone could have helped them grow. Like you're downplaying your role in it. It almost feels like I want to spend the reading talking about how great you are, because I feel like there's this part of you that's downplaying who you are and your contribution and just how much you've done for this person. I think you could have very strong feelings for this person, and I think this person has very strong feelings for you. However, I feel like you guys aren't necessarily talking about it. Like your guys are both treading so cautiously that nothing's really getting said. And instead of telling each other how much you like each other, you're like showing each other how much you like each other through actions that aren't really what a boyfriend and girlfriend would do kind of thing. Like, such as maybe you'll listen to them talk all night. Maybe you'll help them with their problems. But really, you're like, that's not the role of a romantic partner. Okay, I really think you want to step into a more romantic zone with this person or elevate your dynamic. And I actually think they want the same thing, but you guys are like, you're stuck in I don't know. Okay, but this isn't bad. And it's actually very kind of exciting because I think there's a lot here. And I always say, maybe this isn't your pile. It's possible you chose the wrong pile, because this is going to be fairly specific. So if you and your partner are like super loved up and everything's amazing and this is not the message you're resonating with, then that's okay. There's 3 other piles. But I really think you guys are like right on the brink of something big, and you really genuinely are asking, what do they see in me? Why am I so important to them? Because you're important. I think they give you time. I think they give you energy. I think they give you respect. I think they give you these things that are like all the, cornerstones of like a happy dynamic or partnership. But I just feel like either the romance isn't there, or like the physical, or like the, like, I don't know, like tension. I feel like the tension could be there. There's something that you guys are treading so cautiously that you almost like aren't getting anywhere. Okay. But you've helped this person, and this person feels almost like devoted to you. Like they really, really want you to know that like they have this admiration and devotion to you. And you've shown them things. You've lifted them up. You've given them kind of like a purpose. You've made them see things from like a completely different perspective, and they've done tremendous growth. And I really think like they would love to like properly and romantically thank you for this, but I don't even know if they know that they can, because I feel like you guys are both being so cautious and so respectful, that it's like physically and romantically speaking, it's not getting you anywhere. But it will, because if this is what you want, I 100% think it's what your person wants. Okay, so let's see. I want to see you guys right now. Where are you at in 3 cards? And let's get into this. So 3 of Swords. This could be called a card of heartbreak. It could be called Affairs of the Heart, which is a more gentle way. There's something with a hurt heart here. It doesn't mean one of you broke the other's heart, but someone's heart is hurting. So let's just see you guys in 3 cups. Kindness, Queen of Cups, and the Fool, New Beginnings. Okay. I like that this heartbreak sword came out because it further tells a story of this caution that you guys are both, one of you is expressing it and the other is respecting it. I feel like there's this very cautionary way of like going about this. Someone's hurting. Maybe both of you guys are hurting. Maybe both of you guys have this similar story, and it's part of your like your thing. And I don't mean thing because you guys can walk away from that like thing. This doesn't have to define you. In other words, like this isn't going to be your guys' whole story, but right now there is a piece there of that. But there is this absolute kindness that you guys are showing each other. And I like the Fool for the new beginnings. You guys, you're on the cusp of something with this person. You truly know it. It's one of the reasons you're here right now. And we're going to get you to a point where you can like figure out how to take this to the next level. And even if you guys are together, but it's just like the comfort isn't there to quite really make this feel like the relationship you want, or to have it like present that way, then we'll get you to that point, because I just feel like you're right there. There's this very exciting world, this richness, this whole under the sea. There's this whole movement that's going to happen for you guys. And you guys you have a backstory that's very, very rich. It's very colorful. It's very beautiful. It's very touching. There's like a sincerity there. There's just a lot of softness between you guys, a lot of gentle softness. And I'll say, it's not for everyone. This isn't what gets everyone gassed up, but for you guys, it's exactly the pace you needed to work at. It's exactly the things unfolded exactly as they needed to. And I really think you guys found each other for a reason. And that just, only partially speaks to one of the reasons you are so important to this person, because you both respected this process and the timing and just the eloquence that you guys went about this. And I think there were possibly you guys had some of your awkward moments, maybe not, maybe you haven't had any, but if you have, I can almost like feel them, but they were so, the fact that you cared about each other so much overshadowed the awkwardness. So it was never a thing. It was never an issue. I don't know that you guys have ever really had like a serious fight, because I think there's just a lot of care there to not hurt the other. It doesn't mean you can't argue and you can't have like healthy conflict, but I just feel like you guys have something very beautifully cautious, but now it's going to be time to kind of like shake that up a little. I'm going to ask about that in a moment, but I'm going to ask what I've asked on all the other readings in 3 cards. Just in 3 cards, why are you so important to this person? What's your magic? Okay, so we have King of Wands, which we have action. We have Temperance, harmony, yeah. And 3 of Pentacles, recognition. Yeah, I mean, this person feels seen by you, and they also make you feel seen in return, but you validate them. You make them feel alive. You make them feel like they can do anything. You make them feel like they can really start like living their life to the fullest. For whatever reason, something held this person back. And it doesn't have to be major. You know, it's not like it could be, but it doesn't have to be. It could be something like, yeah, maybe they've struggled with a divorce or something that just has really been hard on them. Maybe their ex-partner did something really deceitful and it's kind of like left a mark on that. Like it could just be something like that, but you've definitely seen this person through. And now as a result of it, like they're ready. They're getting very, very ready. And I even think as I see these cards get turned over, there's something building here. This person really does want you. And I think you really, really want them. And I kind of feel like, I feel like there's this kind of like sexy energy brewing where like you're going to get to this, this kind of fun, messy, chaotic, exciting place that's going to feel so different. But because you have this backstory and this is kind of like your fingerprint, that it's real and it's here and it's always at your guys' core, this kind of like care and compassion. But there's something exciting on your guys' horizon. And I mean, I keep getting like pulled away from the topic, which is why you're so important, but no one else could have done this for this person, for your person. Literally, I think you're kind of like an angel for them in a way too, which I do believe is how they see you. Maybe they call you their guardian angel, their sun, their star. I just feel like there's this kind of, you've really found this person at the right time for the right reasons. And there's a lot here. There's a lot here for you guys. And I feel like what you've done for this person is really special. It's magical. It's beautiful. There's a compassion there. There's a lot here. And it feels very kind and loving. And also it's exciting because I feel like there's this heat, there's this passion, this fire that's like right around the corner for you guys. I want to know, this is a good luck charm from Spirit. So let's see what she has to say for you guys. And it's raise your vibration. And I will say this, you guys are raising each other's vibration. Quite literally, you guys are enhancing each other's world. You're enriching each other's life. And I think you're giving this high vibe energy. And I really think this is Spirit's way of saying, you are doing this. Like, keep this up. Always focus on that high vibe, that high frequency, that, that, I don't know if it's like the gamma or the alpha wave, whatever it is, but it's like that, you guys are you're really impacting one another in a very beautiful and positive way. And this is because of who you are. It's because of you. I'm also singing your person's praises, but this really is about you and what you're imparting on this person and just who you are and your just beautiful you. So I'm going to go ahead and end this reading. But I hope this sits well. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, comment, and thank you so much for being here. Bye. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This is a relationship reading or a love and romance reading. And the title is How and Why You Are Important to Them. What's so great about you? How do you like impact their life, their world, and just what is it about you that is so important to them? So yeah, it's been a little bit about how you affect them positively and just you. Okay, so you picked solitariness, which is a weird word, and this is desert. So we will see how this card ties in, if it ties in. But this is your pile, your reading, and let's see how and why you are so important to them. So I've got 3 oracle cards here, and I'll just see the vibe I get off of these cards. So insight, which I like a lot. Healing chaos, okay. And bliss is worth creating from. Okay. The insight, okay, so the bliss is worth creating from with the insight. There is this, you do feel like an old soul. I like the healing chaos because you have this, I'm going to say there's this kind of craziness. There's this energy that I'm getting off of these cards where, yes, you could be this ethereal creature on a swing, but honestly, you feel more like this would be taking place at Burning Man. Like you feel magical and exciting, but you also feel over the top. And I mean this in like this is you, this is your brand, this is who you are. You are exciting, you are dynamic, you're like that person that does exactly what they want to do when they need to do it. You live by your own rule book, but yet you don't hurt other people. You're so true to yourself. You're so true to your word. You're so honest. There's just something very like I like you and I like your energy, and I'm trying to paint this picture of you without making you sound like crazy or chaotic, because there is a little bit of crazy in you. But like you're that person that could do just about anything and find the silver lining. But you're also that person who could do just about anything and like fly off the handle, but yet you wouldn't actually offend anyone. Like there's so much emotion in you, but it's so like wonderfully expressed. There's just, you're a lot, but this is what's so, you're intoxicating. You're lovely. You're dead sexy. Like you are literally like, I don't know, like sex on a stick or something. Like there's something very, very chaotic and passionate and wound up about you and turned up and lit. Like you're just, and this whole like bliss is worth creating from. It is, you go after what you want. You're happy because you do what you want to do. If you don't want to do something, you don't do it. But you're not living this life of regret. You're not, I'm sure you do have some regrets, but you're not living this life. Like you've really created this, you've crafted this very beautiful world and life for yourself. And I think you're very happy. I really, really do. There's something, okay, naturally you are someone that I think I'm just going to say man, but man, woman, child. No, you're someone that any man would love to date. You are dead sexy. You are so appealing. You're so raw. There's this kind of like primal energy to you, right? Like, I mean, I could just go on and on with all these descriptions. And, I said, like, I can just see you on a swing at Burning Man, and I can. There's just that energy. And it's funny because like people can hate on Burning Man, but like when you see the pictures of these like beautiful people half naked, like dancing in the desert on drugs, like they just look like these fairies, like these magic little pixies. And it's like, it's not for everyone. Not everyone can handle it. Not everyone can pull it off. Not everyone can wear that, but like you can. And I don't know, you don't overdo it. You're just, damn, you're intoxicating. I'm going to leave it at that for right now. So yes, your person is butt crazy in love with you. They think you are heaven. But you are really this person, actually. It's not a game. It's not a mask. It's not a ruse. It's not a facade. Like you are very much, this is who you are. There is an authenticity to you. There is this very and then there's this underpiece, like this underbelly, but not like this dark underbelly. There's just this softness to you. There's also this other layer. Almost sounds too simple. It's like there's this other side of you that is not what everyone gets to see, but I think you've let your person see this, and it's so important to them that they get to see this. And now they just think even more of you because you're all these things that are just so captivating, and you're captivating. In this pile, it's not like any of the other piles. It's not like, you're a pile 4 and all the piles said this. Like, no, there is an energy here that is very, it's just very like pixie. It's very special. I don't know, maybe you'd be a fairy if you had to be something, but then also you come in with this like slightly, almost like not guardian angel, but like, oh my gosh, there's something not angelic, but like you look after people there. You have a gift for really, you can put your energy towards 1 or 2 people and you can really lift them up. Like if you want to make a project of someone and truly help them, you can do that. I think it takes a lot out of you, but you can absolutely do it. And I don't know if you've done that for your person or not. It's almost like too overwhelming for me to try to think about that. Maybe you have, but either way, your person sees you as this just, at the least, and I mean least as in like, because you have so much more depth, but at the least they see you as this like beautiful, sexy little pixie. And at the most, you are this like magical, ethereal creature that can truly like heal, and they're just spellbound by you. They're truly spellbound. So yes, this is you, and I get it. If you pick this swing, I mean, I get it. This is you, and you might not be little. You might not be pint size. You might not, you know what I mean? You might be I don't know why I keep saying little, because I think I see this fairy-esque quality, but it doesn't mean that you're tiny or you're like this skinny little thing at all. It's just, there's this, I think that's part of your magic. Like you can like, not shape shift, but there's this, I don't know. I see you as this like sprite kind of, anyway. Okay. Okay, let's put it this way. You're big in personality I guess that's it. Like there's nothing small about you. So it doesn't matter if your stature is big or small. There's nothing tiny about you. You are big. You are a presence. You are an energy. But at the same time, you can also like pull back and like disappear and like fall into the floor and like not be there. You have this ability to like, I mean, you can read a room, you know what to do. And your person they're just totally taken aback by you. They think you are your magic, your heaven, your bliss to them. I mean, really, and they want to take this, like, just build on this. They want to keep building on this with you. So I hope you're crazy about your person. I kind of think you are. I do think you can have your pick of the litter, and if you walk into a room, people notice you and they want a piece of you, and for better or worse, you've probably absolutely been taken advantage of. You've probably been, I don't know, like sexualized in one way or another, possibly. I just feel like you've been through it, like you aren't, I don't know, I just feel like you've seen some things, you've experienced some things, you've got a bit of a past, and I don't know, like maybe you didn't exactly have an idyllic childhood, or if you did have an idyllic childhood, maybe you didn't have like an idyllic adolescence. Or I just feel like there is which adds to your whole, who you are and your story. There's something there that's like very, very relatable and surprising, I think, when people realize this, but then they understand your depth and who you are. So you are very, very multifaceted, but you have insight. There's a lot to you. So, oh my God, I haven't even turned over any tarot. I want to see you and your person in 3 cards. Okay. Sorry, that was a long carry on about you, but I hope you liked it because it really is what I feel. Okay. You and your person, your dynamic, 4 of Pentacles, stability. Love that because you could lack stability. 6 of Cups, memories, great. The Empress is my favorite card in the whole deck, and you are so totally the Empress. I mean, this is like if you were, 12 in the 60s, if you were like a teenager in the 60s or in your 20s, you would have been just the epitome of the flower child. You probably would have done way too many drugs, but you would have come out of it. You would have been all that kind of heaven and earth and peace and love and recycle. You just would have completely embodied it, for all the good that it is, for all the beauty of it all. But you are the Empress. There's this very divine feminine that comes off of you, and there is this maturity to you. You've definitely grown into yourself. You know yourself very well, and yeah, that's dead sexy. Your person can't get enough of you. So although I'm creating like this story about like how heavenly you are, it's your confidence, it's your glow, it's your aura, it's who you are, and this is so important to your person. And your person also, I really do think they're quite a bit of a catch. And I haven't actually said that in other readings, but I have said what I'm about to say, which is I do feel like you guys are very consciously choosing each other. You're not with them out of circumstance. You're not with them out of pity. You're not necessarily like confused or questioning if you should be with this person. There is this, you're really digging the dynamic, and they absolutely are. And good for you. I mean, you feel very kind of like loved and cared for and respected and all that. So, I'm feeling it for you, but you do like your chaos, you do like your excitement, and I do think you're going to get it here, but there's a sense of, I do feel that you're doing things a little cautiously, and your person sees this and appreciates it. They know that it's almost like you've made a sacrifice or two in this dynamic, but your person sees that, and this is also very, very, very important to them. Whatever it is you've sacrificed for them or cut out of your world or your life or tone back or taper down, they really, really appreciate that, and it's very important to them. Okay, I want to see in 3 cards why you are so important to your person. So we have 10 of Pentacles, which is, they absolutely see, I mean, contentment, commitment, they see a future with you. You really are, like, you hang the moon for them. You are, they would absolutely go all the way with you. Whatever that means for you guys, yeah. You are their person. Knight of Pentacles, patience, they will wait for this. And balance, justice. Okay. I was going to say more than any of the other piles, but that doesn't really need to be said, because honestly, I forget about the other piles as like a big picture once I'm done with them. But your person would absolutely commit to you 100%. They would go all the way with you. They will wait for you. They will see this through, as in like, wait for you to be ready, wait for you to feel like this is totally your place, your purpose. They will do whatever it takes. They will compromise. They will give things up. They will work on your time frame. You're so important to them. And I asked the question of why you're so important to them, and I'm going to elaborate on that, but what I really got is like, this is how they feel about you. This is what they want you to know. This is almost more, this is their message to you, or spirit's sharing this message that this person would go, they're ready for it. They would do it. And I believe these messages come up for a reason. I believe this is your pile. So if I just got this strong message, it is something that, let's say, spirit wanted you to know. So maybe you've been wondering, like, could this be it? Could this be my person? I'm not saying 100% it is. That's not for me to say, but it feels like it could be, this person could absolutely have the potential. And it feels in this line that this is something very real. Yeah, and the Justice card, like, there's something here about it feels like it's the right thing, like it's justified. I don't want to say it's justified, but like it feels like where this relationship is heading, like it makes sense. It really does make sense. You guys seem to go pretty well together. You seem to work. And I do think your person sees you in a way that is beyond, they see you, they see the real you. And that's it too, because this is something I want to go back to where I said that underbelly, there's more to you than just this energetic, captivating creature. There's a lot more to you. And this person, they really, really do see that. And they want all these parts of you, but they definitely tap into your happiness, your energy, this kind of blissful state that you seem to like almost always inhabit. They like want to bottle this and drink it every day. But this is part of who you are, and this is part of what everyone loves about you. But I do feel like other people can drain this out of you. They can take from you. But I feel like this person doesn't overdo it. They're not taking too much. They're giving back whatever it is they're doing. I think this is a dynamic that's sitting really well with you. And I always like to feel like, why are you here watching this? Because I think you're here for the validation. I think you felt this, and I hope that this validates if you're feeling this, like, yeah, you're in a pretty good place with this person. This is solid. This is good. And yeah, I think they're I mean, to say they're feeling you is an understatement. I want to see, I want to get an input from spirit. I want input from spirit, and I want a gift from spirit about you guys. So we have input from spirit, and this is make no judgments. And then we have a gift from spirit, and we have think things through. So I don't think you're quick to judge. In fact, I think you're one of those people who is open to anyone, any walks of life, any background, any direction, any path, any choices, whatever. Like, I think you're very, very, very open. This is part of what makes you so unique. So I would just say continue on this, because if this is input from spirit, if there is, I don't know, if there's something you feel like you've been, I don't know, I don't want to say judging, but like analyzing a little too closely, or thinking about, overthinking, I don't know, maybe loosen up on that, or like broaden your perspective a little. But I really feel like you're very, very tapped into this. So this is a little confusing for me, but it's all the same. It's here, it's a message, and it's input from spirit. So this is make no judgments. And maybe this is something, even if this doesn't pertain exactly to you, maybe it's like something a friend or someone you're helping or working with in some way is going through, and you find yourself like just feeling a way about it. I don't know, maybe somehow this trickles down into your world. And anyway, make no judgments, input from spirit. Gift from spirit, also a little more intense than some of these cards, but this is think things through. And I think what this is like, if you and this person are really going to go the distance, if this is really your person, you are taking the time to think this through. You aren't going to rush into this. And I think this is a message too of like, don't rush into this. If anything feels like you're rushing, don't, because I really see this unfolding in the way that it should, in the right timing. I just feel like you have time on your side, and you have someone who would wait for you for however long it took. But I just feel like make sure you do this on your terms. And make sure that this is what you want and it feels right. But I think this is a very healthy, beautiful space. And I just love seeing you as the Empress, because it's such a like mature woman. It's such an energy of like that, just that happy, settled, feminine. And it's so beautiful. It's luscious. It's everything, just magic and beautiful and fruitful. It's such a heavenly, divine energy. So, okay, I'm going to end this reading, and I hope you enjoyed it. I thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if this feels like your vibe. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling you. It's one of my favorite piles. So thank you. Okay, have a good one. See you soon. Goodbye.